Hey, exciting times. We're going to build a swarm box. And what I like to use is as many recyclable materials as what I can. But here are the tools that you need. And what I've done is I've gone to the fruit shop and I've got some boxes from the fruit shop. Now, swarm boxes need to have at least 40 litres volume. This box that I'm working with at the moment only has 32 litres volume. It's easy to work out the volume. You just multiply the length by the breadth by the height, and that's what you end up with. So what I've just done here is cut that little tab off, because you'll see in a minute when I go to put the bar in the top, it won't actually fit. It just needed a bit of room. I'm putting some fly screen. I make the boxes with a bit of a vent in it. In Brisbane, Queensland, where I am, it can get very, very hot, and I want somewhere for the air to go out. I'm trying to make the boxes as attractive as I can, so that the bees are just going to love this home. So the fly screen I've just taped onto the box. I'm using the holes in the box where I can. I've already got my 2 bee frames made up, and I'm only putting 2 frames in this box. Now I'm told 2 is sufficient in a 40 litre volume box, and I think if you don't have pests in the area that are going to eat a phone box, like some birds just will peck and peck and peck just because they can, it's not going to be the best for you. But truly, the broccoli boxes that you get from the fruit shop are the best box, as long as they don't get trashed by predators. This is a grape box, and the grape box has wax over the top of the box, so that helps its integrity and helps it from getting wet as well. So what I've got is a couple of spaces here. I've just cut up a foam box and put some spaces in. I've got 50mm screws in the top, and I just showed you what kind of screws that I'm using. I've got 4. The timber's just a bit of scrap timber that I've used from a pallet, and I've just screwed the 2 frames in the top, put the box lid over the top, and I'm placing a double plastic bag. Now, I didn't do it in this video. I should have just done the 2 bags in one go. But you do need, or I know one of the things I like to use, and I've done it with incredible success, is if you've got like an 18 kilo, 20, 25 kilo dog bag, and I'm talking the heavy plastic ones, they're fabulous, because A, you get to recycle the dog bag. Even the 12 kilo ones, you can use 2 to make them fit. You get to recycle the dog bag, and you're saving the environment by introducing yet another plastic that's been made. Now this plastic I'm using, it is the plastic that dissolves very quickly. Probably not the best choice, but plastics are so damaging to our environment. I'm just wary of actually going out and buying plastics that just can't be put in a tip and dissolved. So here we go. So I've got a little sticker that I put on the front of my bee boxes, and it tells people what's in the box, and it also tells them not to touch it, because if there's bees in the box they might get stung. And I've got foster bees underneath it, so that if anybody wants to contact me, like if the council are taking offence to the boxes being put up or whatever, and I am putting them in very discreet places, most likely the council won't even find them because they're sort of bushland. But if they do, somebody can contact me, tell me to take them down, and they're done. So, it's really, you got to just think about where you're going to put the boxes. If you've got acreage and want to put it all around your acre, or if you live in the country or something, I don't think you'll have a problem at all. But what I'm trying to do with this box is to make it look as unattractive as I possibly can. So I've just placed a couple of holes in the bottom there where the water can get out, but I think a better idea is get a piece of foam and just put it in the middle of the box where I've got the knife there now, and tape it to the bottom of the box, and then put the plastic over the top, and then when you prick your hole, prick it around that foam block so that the water will run down into a V and out. Because what I'm finding is the corners of my boxes are getting wet where the water is sort of running, pooling and falling down, and you don't really want that, because let's say you do get a swarm and the box is full of bees. The last thing is you want is this water-soggen box that as soon as you pick up, the bottom falls out and your bees fall on the ground and you're just in a mess. So now, because the box already comes with these wonderful little holes to pull them up, I use those holes, and I'm going to... One of the things I found was that because I had the box without a cover on it, and I'll show you in a minute how I put a milk cover on it, because I had the box without a cover in it, the rain was just coming in straight through the mesh on the side of it. Now this particular box comes with its own hole. It's just a tiny little bit too big for the 3/4 inch pipe or 1 mil pipe. Now that pipe, if you get your little finger and you put it in the pipe, that's about the size of the pipe. It's electrical pipe that they use to run this conduit. But it's 3/4 inch, which is the old standard. I think it's 1 centimetre in the new. But no, it has to be more than that, about 1.5 centimetres. Anyway, so I'm just sticking that on, and what I'll do in a second is put some glue around it, and what that does is just make sure that that water doesn't come in through the front of the box. So once we finally build it, we want to make sure that no water can get inside. If it does, if it can't get trapped, so it has to be able to get out. And as you can see, that's just cut from a milk bottle. Now I'm using, you can get telecom rope second hand. I've got this new, I've bought it off eBay, and you know, it's not that expensive. I like, you know, I've got timber swarm boxes in the shed as well. I find because I'm not as young as I used to be and strong, the timber boxes can be very, very heavy, and I'll just put them on people's properties because they're a timber box and they look like a bee box. People will come up and they'll go, oh yeah, I think that looks good, and I'll take it. So this is why I'm trying to make the boxes unattractive so that nobody steals them. I'd imagine they will be vandalised. I've had them up for over a month now and still haven't had any vandalised, still haven't calls from the council, and still haven't got bees. And I'm not surprised, simply because it's winter here and the swarm season comes in spring. So I'm just preparing, checking my boxes, making sure everything's organised, because it's no good getting to spring and then trying to make it all work and test the system. If it's not going to work, I need to know now, and I've already modified things so that they are working, and I'm excited. Now, after you've got everything together, I've found a roping way to do it, and you can see that I've just got 2 loops at the bottom of the box. I tie the rope to the top of the box and throw it over, which is a challenge unto itself. One day I should do a video of me trying to get the rope over the V in a tree. But throw the rope over a V in a tree and then tie that to the other, you know, pull it right up as high as you can go. You need your boxes at least 2 metres above the ground. And then bring it down, put it through the eyelets, tie it round the back of the tree, and bang, you've got a pretty squared up box hanging off a tree. Now, this is the bee bait, and it's lemongrass. You can buy commercial products on the market. Somebody told me once it was peppermint and lemongrass was bee buster, so I don't know if it was or not, but it might be. So we have 1 drop on the bud, 1 in the box. And here I'm off with my dog and the bike, and we're off about to put the boxes up. Before I leave you, I'd just like to show you what a foam box is made, is how it all comes together, and it's a tiny bit different to the cardboard boxes, but I'm sure you can work it out. And I would just love to thank you for coming and watching this video, and I wish you all the luck in your swarm box making. Check out fosterbees.com.au, and I hope to see you online. Catch you then.